What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing some stainless steel brake lines on the Miata. I've got a 1.8 brake set for the front that I picked up locally. I've got it all apart here so I could inspect and clean it, and I was debating on painting them, but I don't really think I care that much, so I'm probably not going to do that. But overall, they look pretty clean. I picked these up for, I think, 50 bucks, and that came with rotors as well. The rotors have been used, but they don't have any grooves, and they look pretty true. We'll see when I get them on or not. I might go get them turned. This is a pretty easy process. I've already got 1.8 brake stuff in the rear of this car. I've got it set up right now with a really good brake bias with 1.6 stock stuff in the front and then 1/8 in the rear, and it really helped the mechanical advantage for rear braking bias. I've got just stock AutoZone or O'Reilly's pads in the front. They're the cheapest things they had, and some Hawk DTC 30s in the rear to even give me a little bit more bite in the back of this car. And for autocross it works great, but I plan to be doing some track days soon with it, and I'm afraid that the 1.6 stuff is just not going to be up for the task. There's a lot of issues with heat management with this, with the braking system, and the 1.6s have been known to warp pads and just all around overheat a little too quickly and start boiling fluid. So this is kind of a two-part thing. This is 1.8 brake installs for the car, which, I mean, it's the same thing as doing a 1.6 stuff. There's nothing that you really need except for the rotors and the brake calipers themselves. I think you may even be able to get by with just getting the brackets, but I mean, I'd say you probably pay just as much for the brackets as you would for a whole system used anyways. So another thing we're going to be going to is some high temp fluid. This is a Motul RBF 600. You need about a liter of it. This is to drain the full system out. So far I've just been using some some .3 brake fluid, just cheap stuff. I haven't really needed it. Autocross isn't really that demanding on the brakes for long periods of time. The stainless steel lines that I went with, I've got Stop Tech fronts, which I got on I don't know why I got these separate from the rears, but I think I found a super good deal on them probably about 6 months ago. They were like 25 bucks or 20 bucks or something. And then I thought that I could find some rear ones pretty cheap, but that wasn't the case, and I ended up having to go to Goodwin for the rears. These were, I think, 65, maybe even like 72 shipped and everything. Pretty solid units. I'm not sure if they're made in-house. They look a lot like the Stop Techs, except the sheathing. It's got a nylon sheath around it, and it's a lot more clear than the Stop Tech ones. The brake proportioning block, if you will, is a pretty good piece. It looks well machined. I'm not sure where they get these from. They also come with all new banjo bolts and copper washers. Make sure that you get enough copper washers. There'll be one for the top and bottom of each banjo bolt, so you should have 4 total copper washers. Another thing you're going to need for this is brake pads. Again, these are just cheap front brake pads. I'm not really looking for a huge increase in braking bias on the car, because again, it stops really good now, and I don't want to lock up the fronts. So I'll probably go with a proportioning valve in the future just to help increase that rear bias. But for right now, it's just going to be these really bad pads in the front and good pads in the rear. I'll bring an extra set with me on the track day in case I just melt these or something. I've got another set sitting around here. I don't even know why. People just usually give me stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and step you through some of this process. Again, it's really easy, really straightforward. It's a common brake change, but a little bit different here is going to be the stainless steel lines. So stay tuned.